morning, kids!
Do you want to hear one of Leo Tolstoy's story?
Before we start our story, first, let's have a brief biography of Leo Tolstoy.
Lev Nikolaevich Tolstoy, also known as Leo Tolstoy, was a Russian writer who primarily wrote novels and short stories.
Tolstoy is a master of realistic fiction and widely considered as one of the greatest world novelists. He is best known for two long novels, The War and Peace in 1869 and Anna Karenina of 1877.
Tolstoy was equally known for his complicated and paradoxical persona and for his extreme moralistic and ascetic views. In 1870, God Sees the Truth But Waits was created because Tolstoy passed through a spiritual crisis, which he adapted after a moral crisis and a spiritual awakening.
And he noted, because of parable freedom story he created as a moral thinker and a social reformer. The story is entitled God Sees the Truth But Wait.
So from the title itself, it signifies the only witness in any action that we do is God. And in a little time,
God will reveal the consequences of our action.
This story is about Ivan Aksenof. Lived in a village in Vladimir in Russia. He is a rich, young merchant.
One day, Aksenof went to Nizhny to attend a fair, but his wife said to him, "Ivan, do not go! I had a bad dream about you."
Aksenof only smiled, but his wife tells him, "I dreamed you were coming home from the fair, and when you took off your cap, your hair was all gray." But Aksenof laughs and says,
"Ha ha ha! That means good luck."
And Aksenof continued his journey to Nizhny. And on his halfway, he met a merchant whom he knew, and they stopped at the same inn.
They stayed at the inn for a night, where Aksenof and the merchant talked for a while and went to their bed. But when the dawn came and Aksenof readied his horse and went to his way to Nizhny, he stopped to the other inn. Policemen came, and two of them jumped out to him.
Aksenof was arrested, and they questioned him. "Where did you spend last night?" He was confused while he is being questioned.
"Why are you asking me so many questions? I am not a criminal."
And one of the policemen saw a knife on his bag covered with blood.
Aksenof was accused for killing a merchant, and a trial was held, and he was found guilty in murdering the merchant, and he remembered what his wife told him before about her bad dream.
He was sent to Siberia, spent 26 years without any letter receiving for his family. The hair starts to get gray, his walk became slow, and his body became bent.
A new inmate came. His name is Semyonov. He is also from Vladimir. That makes Semyonov talk and ask about his family.
Semyonov was so excited to hear about Aksenov's crime, and everyone were so confused.
"Perhaps you know who killed the merchant?"
asked Aksenov slowly. But Semyonov laughed and said,
"Why? Naturally, the man who had the knife killed him. How could anyone put a knife into your bag while you were asleep? It would have woken you up."
Aksenov never speak. And because of Semyonov's words, he knew this man is the one who killed the merchant. The next day, Aksenov walks in silence when Semyonov pulled his hand. He saw Semyonov digging to escape.
"Just be quiet, old man, and you will be out too," If you tell them, they will beat me, but I will kill you first.
Aksenof get mad and pulled his hand.
I have no reason to escape, and as of killing me, you killed me a long time ago.
And Aksenof walked away. The warden found out the tunnel and she asked Aksenof, "You are the truthful one. Tell me who dug it." But Aksenof never said a word that night. Semyonov went to Aksenof and said,
Please forgive me. I will confess that I killed the merchant. They will pardon you, and you will be able to go home.
It is easy for you to say that, but I have suffered for 26 long years. Where would I go? I had no family. For them, I am already dead.
And Aksenof tell him,
I have forgiven you for what you have done. After all, God sees the truth but waits.
The next morning, the wardens were so excited to see Aksenof because he already had his release papers. But it was too late because Ivan Aksenof was already cold dead. The end.
So children, we have some moral values in the story, and it is, the truth will set you free.
Also, revenge is never the key for success, but forgiveness.
Have you known that Leo Tolstoy used literary approaches? One is structuralism, which describes the good and the bad, wherein the good is Aksenof and the bad is Semyonov. We know that the true killer is Semyonov, but still, he let others suffer for his crime, and Aksenof, which is the protagonist in the story, suffered 26 years imprisonment because of the crime he never committed to do.
Also, the sociological perspective, where it discusses two social lives. The life of a merchant, which is rich in dealing with many people, and the life of the prisoners, who had different reason why they were inside the prison, or the reason of their imprisonment.
And another is formalism, which discusses the plot of the story, from the setting, which is Russian settings, and the chronological event of the story, the day he went to Nizhny, being captured by the policeman, 26 years, imprisonment, and until he met Semyonov, the true killer of the merchant, until the ending of Aksenof, which is his death.
It also uses symbolism. Actually, we only analyze the story, and the death of Aksenof symbolizes his own freedom. Because as a prisoner, there are only two ways to have your freedom. First is to have pardon by the court or through your death. By his death, Aksenof or free his soul in the arms of the Lord God. His peaceful place can make us see and tell the real freedom.
So kids,
Until next meeting!
Bye!